Hi everybody, welcome to Check Savvy Sisters on Instagram. Still new at this stuff, so it's just the way it is. But I'm excited to be here, and if you guys were here last week, then you'll know what we were getting ready to do. Nancy Lewis, good morning, my friend. I sent you a text yesterday. I hope you're doing okay. Hi, Susan. Again, not really sure who everybody is, but we're working on it. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Irene is here. Make sure you tell me who you are. I can see Louise Earhart. Sometimes I can tell who it is, but for the most part, I have an issue trying to figure it out. Texas Breeze Creations. Hi, friend. You were so encouraging during the mystery challenge. I meant to send you a note and tell you that. I loved how encouraging you were to everybody. Susie and the Cruisers. Hi, friend. George Balearis. Hi, my friend. If you guys were here last week, hi, everybody, hi. If you guys were here last week, I did, oh my gosh, you guys, I already forgot. What did we do last week? Well, whatever it was really cool. I remember that. Anyway, somebody remind me what we did last week, because I cannot remember. Hi, Grace. In any case, I know what we did. We did champagne and wine glasses with designer bling. That's what we did. Come on, you guys. You know that you all remember. Hi, Julene. Hi, Charlene. So today I said, we did that last week, but we didn't have time to do all of it in once. So today, I know, I was lost on that one. Hi, Brenda. Okay, my mom is here. All's well in the world again. Hi, Joni. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it so much. Hi, Viv. Okay, let's get started. So I got some bottles here. This came from my friend Mary Zwinger for a wedding gift. This came from my friend Lynn Sue Cooney and Cindy Leach and Jackie Fahrenthal for my wedding reception. And I have these little bottles of La Marca that I buy for my mom because my mom loves these. So and I've also got, oh my gosh, you guys, if you've not seen these before, these are the, I'm not sure how to say it, Côte de Rose bottles, but you can also use, these are such gorgeous bottles. These make the perfect gift because if you look at the bottom, you could make a tag to go with this. If you put ink on this and dip it on a tag, it will make that imprint. If you put clay underneath it, you can make yourself the imprint. And if you want to send them cookies to go with it, these make the most gorgeous cookies and you just press it right down in the cookie dough. Oh, you're welcome. Someone else told me that. I'm not that cool, but somebody else told me about that and I thought it was really fascinating. And these also come with a really pretty, let's see if I can get it off. I can get it off, but for some reason I'm afraid it's got some, it's going to pop and scare me. So, but anyway, these come with these really pretty glass tops, also stoppers. So these make perfect bottles. So here's what you're going to need to do these. So these are the type of bottles we're talking about today. These make incredible gifts, Mother's Day presents, you name it. They're amazing. We're going to do one of those. And I'm going to show you the same thing applies if you want to do a big bottle. Look how gorgeous. This was for New Year's Eve. And if you take this as a gift to someone for New Year's Eve, and yeah, the wines aren't that bad either. Where do we find the rose bottles? They're at the grocery store. Believe it or not, this size is $11.99. So they're gorgeous bottles. And I have that one, and I also have the big one. So I think the big ones are, I want to say the big ones are $16.99 or something like that, but you'll need to check that out. Okay, so the bling on the small bottle, oh my gosh, me too. Can I tell you what this was? These are vintage earrings my cousin sent me, and I use them for bling. So those are vintage earrings. It's always a great idea to look up vintage stuff. But the rest of this stuff is from Totally Dazzled. And if you can wait till I get off, because I don't have any of my admin here today. Hi, Debbie Gross. Hi, everybody. If you can wait till we get off today, I'll put up my link for Totally Dazzled. And then you can't believe how inexpensive and fabulous their stuff is. So, all right, so here's what you're gonna need. You need something to, I got this, something to roll your bottle in. So this is just a regular cookie sheet, and I've covered it with foil, and I've covered it with like 3 layers of foil. Hi, Janice. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Wanda. Okay, guys, so then the first, okay, so we've got that ready. We want to decide what kind of glitters do we want to use. And if you remember last week, we talked about big flaky glitter versus fine glitter. Now the fine glitter is gorgeous. My friend Chris Judd made this for me. It is absolutely gorgeous. But I do think that the fine glitter mixed with the bigger flakes makes a huge difference. So, and I also think it makes a difference if you have really cool colors. So I went to Hobby Lobby this week and I thought, let's just mix some stuff up. So I got this is not super fine. This is what you would consider super duper fine, but it's also super shiny. This is very inexpensive, $2.99 for all of that. This I don't recommend. This is super duper duper fine misting glitter. It's gonna take so much of that I like to mix some stuff together and make my own. So I'm thinking that we would do like something like this today, maybe a little bit of that. So that's what we're gonna do. The other thing you can do is you can also, instead of just doing decoupage and then starting with your glitter, what you can do is base coat it first. You would want to base coat it in like a chalk paint. So any kind of chalk paint, you can get chalk paint anywhere. This is Hobby Lobby's. It's Folk Art. This is Walmart's. You want a chalk paint. I don't recommend Walmart's chalk paint. I think it's terrible, but you do you. So any kind of chalk paint will work. Put a coat of chalk paint on this first, and then this happens to be this color. And then you can paint the bottle first. That way, you don't have to add so much glitter over and over and over. Okay, so that's just a little tip. But for today, we are just going to go for it. So we're going to use the La Marca bottle. So the first thing I want to do is take this little tag off right here. And you can use hot water, you can use a heat gun, you can use your blow dryer, but you want to try and get some of that adhesive to lift off. A heat gun is amazing for so many things, it really is. Now the La Marca, you can take all the labels off, but this one doesn't bother me at all, so I don't usually take that one off. Okay. So that one I'll just leave on. Next thing you want is Mod Podge. This is where you do want Mod Podge. When I'm doing any kind of, like I just made this Sunday, when you're doing something like this, I don't want a heavy duty Mod Podge because I'm just using tissue paper or rice paper or napkins, and I want something that's really fine, like a fine layer of like a Mod Podge or a decoupage. But in this case, we need thick. And by the way, this says don't drink and dress. So cute, I can't hardly stand it. So we're gonna start with this, and if it's thick, that's okay. Actually, in this case, the thicker the better. Use a big brush, and just know that we're gonna have to do this a couple times. So the first thing you're gonna do, and I do it just right underneath that, that top label, because I'm gonna use, and like I said, you could take any of these labels off if you want, but you'll also see if we get enough glitter on it, you won't even notice those. And so it doesn't matter. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. Okay, so we've got plenty of Mod Podge on that. We're gonna let that sit for a second. Let's get our glitter ready. So I'm just gonna kind of get it a little bit because I wanna use a couple different ones. I hope you guys are excited. It's fun. This is so fun to do. Look how pretty that is. Let's get a little bit of the white in here. I'm just going to open that up. Oh, that's pretty. And let's get some of the fine, let's do some of the fine gold. So what I was saying is on its own, I don't know that I love that, but mixed up, I do. Oops. Let's get that out from underneath there. That's the only thing you're gonna have to watch. Okay, here we go. And now I just want you to roll it. You're gonna have to keep adding. Get in all of our little areas. Like I said, it's gonna take a bit. Now go ahead, go back in with some more of your, but you can see it's already starting, and look how pretty with all those different colors on it. So let's go back up here and get this a layer. And how we're gonna do that is just like I just did this, let's start with a little bit of the gold, which really helps cover. We probably should have done the first layer of gold on the bottom too. So it's been a year or more since I've done these, so I kind of forgot how I did them, but I think that is how I did it. Look at that, did a layer. Okay, so look, even that, it'd be cute. Just the two, having two different layers, that's kind of cool too. So then, all right, so we got that on. I'm gonna let that dry a second. I'm gonna tap, just barely tap onto this and see if we can get another layer on. And this time, that was a bit much. Don't do that, but that's okay. Now we have all the stuff we need for down here. Let's get a little bit more of this. Okay, so far we're doing good. Now, I have this product. Where'd it go? I have it right here. Okay, so I have this product that I haven't had a lot of luck with, except for this. So let me make sure it's not clogged, because it gets clogged all the time. I meant to get this fixed before. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get this unclogged. Anyway, this is a Mod Podge spray. Perfect for something like this. I'm gonna have to get that cleaned out, but let me tell you what else works. Oh, Aqua Net or Tresemme, something that's got a nice, like a thickness to it. Look at this. This will get all of this on so nice. So if you get the Mod Podge, keep that little thing cleaned out. That's my main issue with that, is that it's hard to keep it cleaned out. It clogs up because obviously it's just straight glue. Okay, so these bottles are all about layering. Layer, 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 but you could also see how pretty they're starting to be. And then let me give it a little hit. And that's how you're gonna knock all the excess off, because you'll be shocked. They don't drip, it stays on. It doesn't come off. So, okay, so let's let that dry and let's do another one. So if you wanna do one of these, I just love these. So let's see, I kinda like that label. I think that label's really pretty. So let's go ahead and leave that label on. I'm gonna get a little bit more. And this time, we're gonna base it first in the gold, and then we will, let's base it first in the gold, and then we will start adding the bigger stuff. So this time, I wanna just do this a little bit at a time. I think a lot of my decoupage, the Mod Podge, had started to dry already on the other one. So let's do this a little bit at a time and see if we have better luck. I think we will. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks, you guys. I know, it's just, this is something so silly, but these make the best gifts. But I really think it helps to get a layer of the fine glitter down first, and it starts to really fill in. Look at, now if you did, how gorgeous is that? You could do nothing else, just do the gold all the way up, and this is going to be a gorgeous bottle. And then I'll show you, we'll add all the bling and stuff at the very end. But I do like going a little bit at a time. So let's move up just a little bit more. With the fine glitter like this, I think it's just so much easier just to pop it on rather than roll it. The big stuff, I have better luck rolling, but this stuff, I'm having much better luck just pouring it on. You love this idea? It is so pretty. It's great for, my gosh, for a wedding, and you just need, you know, vases. Talk about have a party with all your girlfriends and drink all the wine first, and then use them all for the vases for the wedding. Very inexpensive. But you can see just doing a little bit at a time. Okay, so even if you had it, you've seen stuff like that where it's just a little bit here and there. So pretty. Oh, I'm glad you guys are loving this. You know, it's so funny. As a crafter, you're just like, well, I think it's cool. Is anybody else going to think it's cool? I hope so. I'm going to try and get this off this time. That thing is on there so tight. I really think it's got, what is that? The pressure, you know, the pressure gets in there. So, but we did these a year or two ago, and I think it's probably been 2 years, and everybody loved them. But I'm really, really happy about, I love it when I do something first and then you guys learn all of our mistakes. Hi, Gina. Yeah, I have much better luck if I pour the fine on. And then I think you don't have to worry too much about getting a paint base coat on that. You just want to keep your fingers off of it. So, how pretty is that? So you could leave it alone, or we could just let it sit here and dry for a second. And then we will do another coat and then start adding more stuff to it. If I had an assistant here right now, I would go ahead and get this. Let me see if I can get this. This stuff really does work, but you have to keep it. I haven't used it in a while. It's all clogged up, but just know this stuff works great. The spray on Mod Podge, who's it? Plaid. Plaid sent me a whole bunch of this for free just to try it out online. So trust me, it really does work. So, okay, I'm gonna move these aside just for a second so you can see where we're at with both of them. And we're gonna let those dry up a tiny bit, and then we will keep going. So now you can see, here it is, if you just do solid gold or a solid glitter. Again, I would do one more coat on that, so we gotta let that dry. Or this is, I'm just showing you so you decide what you like better. This is the mixture. So I think I'm a big fan of the mixture, but it's whatever you think. Okay, I'm gonna move this off to the side just for 1 second. Okay, so a lot of people have been contacting me this week about this bottle and wanting to know how in the world did you do this? So this is probably one of the simplest things I've done in a long time, and I just hot glued this is a doorknob. I just hot glued a doorknob there. You could use a really pretty wine wine stopper or something, but I use that. So in this case, I did not take anything off. I left everything on. The back label is still on it too. You can't even see it, but you can see I've got everything on. However, I could get this off. So let's just see if we can get it off right now. If you just let your bottle sit in some warm water just for a couple minutes, they'll usually pop right off too. This might be too stuck on there for that. Let's just see. Oh my gosh, here it comes. Well, no, it's not going to come off clean. If it's not going to come off clean right now, I don't want to waste the time to do it. But you can already see it would have come off clean. So that would be a great way to do this. Use your heat gun if you have one. If not, let me put a little bit of Mod Podge on that and get that back down. Okay, with these bottles, here's what's critical. I know, isn't that so fun? With these bottles, what's critical is that you start from the bottom layer out and do it right Otherwise, you're going to have some major issues. Your people are it's going to scratch right off. I've had this bottle now, I think like 2+ years. I don't have one scratch on it anywhere. Because the way I started it and the way I finished it, it will stay forever. So, okay, so the first thing you want to do is we're going to go ahead and maintain our label. We're going to keep that. We'll paint right through this one. But here's what you need now. You need to start with some kind of a bonding agent. So you're not going to be able to use spray paint, which is what I usually use and what I love. Hi, Kim. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Barbara. Hi, everybody. You need to start with a chalk paint, or this company, Dixie Belle, sells this product called, I'm sorry I don't have my camera backwards, but this is called Slick Stick. And it is made for anything that's slick or metal or glass or anything like that. It's an incredible base coat or your first coat for something like that. I'm not using it today. Hi, Alicia, I do recognize you. I'm not going to use this today because it takes a while to dry and then you need to cure it. I just wanted to show it to you. So that's something you can use. You can also use chalk paint. As long as you use chalk paint, let it dry really well and then work out from there, you'll be fine. So today we're going to use chalk paint for time purposes. And I've got a couple of different colors of chalk paint, so I'm going to go with that. Let's see if I can get this off. Good grief. Everything around here gets, what color? French linen. This is okay. Everything around here gets so gunked up. I need to start, you love Dixie Belle? I need to start using the Vaseline on all my lids. I know it's the way to go, but you've been using your Slick Stick lately? I have, I go back and forth with Slick Stick. I've had great luck and I've had not so great luck with Slick Stick, but I can tell you, I love it. I just said this Sunday, whenever I pour paint, like really, what am I going to do? 10 bottles? Oh, why I do that? So I want a nice, soft, but firm brush, so it's not all willy-nilly. And I don't mind my chalk paint being thick right now. I'm actually going to add a little bit of this brand to it too. Anytime you add, you just mix a couple of paint colors or brands together, you'll get a better first coat. And you can see, look how thick that one is. So I'm going to mix this into this one. See if we can get a better coat on it. I've got water here too. Normally I'll put some water in with all my chalk paint, but I really don't mind this being thick, but I also want it to be a little bit firm. Is Elmer's glue? Yes. Elmer's glue is a bonding agent for, I mean, it would work. We could Mod Podge this first, let it sit probably 24 hours, and then start doing another base coat. But I don't know, to me, it's a step you don't need. I'd rather just go with a bonding paint first to begin with, and then not worry about anything. All right, let's just start up here. And then when I get here, I want to be really careful, but I'm going to do, like I did here, I'm going to do a layer of stickles around that so that you don't have to get right up on the label, or if you do, you'll be able to wipe it right off. And I'm going to do the same thing around the top label. But these labels are so pretty, there's no way I would want to get rid of these because the whole thing is all about the color. And now can you see? Look how thick, like that's on there. When that dries, this will be, practically bulletproof because I still can't believe what luck I had on my other bottle. And I wasn't positive because I'd never done it before when I first did this, and I learned it from somebody else. And I thought, that's not going to work, but it totally did. All right, so down here, we're just going to go right through our label. And this paint is thick enough that it's not going to hurt anything. So I'm telling you guys right now, do as I say and do as I do, because hi, no, Mom's not here. She is, she's at the car dealer getting her car serviced right now. But she will be here on my studio page tomorrow with me. But as long as you get your first, and take your time with your first layer. I was going to do it ahead of time, but I really wanted to take you guys through the entire process because sometimes I need to see it and I need to see what is it supposed to look like. Yeah, it's great for you to show me your end product. Like anybody can show me that, but I need to know exactly how you did it all along the way to make sure I'm doing it right also. So again, don't worry about your labels because we're going to go right through with some stickles. Sorry about the comments, you guys. I'm a little low on staff today, and I'm also a little low on, not low on time, but I always try not to be here too long with you guys when I'm on Instagram. Hi, Missy. Okay, so that's a great first coat. We want it on nice. So let's go ahead and heat that up. It's the only problem with all this stuff doing it live. I've got to use the gun, and I know it's kind of annoying, but. Has anybody else done these? I'm sure you guys have. Taco Tuesday. We had Taco Monday yesterday. I do love tacos. Lisa. Okay, let's let that sit. I want that to just kind of sit. And obviously it's not going to have time to cure, but we're going to let it sit for a minute and do its thing. Again, I have enough paint for about 72 projects, which is good because I have tons of stuff to get done today. So let's go back to our little bottles. Let's see. Let's get this one up here. Get rid of that. Okay, so hopefully that's dry enough that we can now start to put our big stuff on again. Let me get all this out of here. I didn't have, normally I have that huge foil. How is dinner? Hi, Lynette. I'm so glad. I love it when you guys tell me who you are. Cute for your daughter's 21st. Viv, that is the perfect, I mean, what kid doesn't, everybody loves that. I'm telling you, my daughter has tried to steal that 25 times. But can you imagine the Moet with black and white check on this? I thought this would be so pretty, and I would definitely leave that little tie the way it is. Love it. So that would be a really pretty bottle to do too. All right, so this is dry. So let's add another layer of, and this is why you want a nice soft brush and it's not coming off. And here's the other great thing about Mod Podge. It will not dull your glitter. That seems like it should be a song. Don't let it dull your glitter. But it will not dull your glitter. If it's not completely dry, it'll pull it up. So you just want a really soft brush. You're just barely putting this on. Let's just see how well we can do with it. And I don't want to get any on that label because I like the label. Okay, I've got a bunch on there. Let's get a little bit more in here, in here. And let's roll it again. And this is where you can already see, look how much it's now picking up. So it is a process. It's going to take you 2 to 3 times to let it dry. I mean, if you want to do it right, you might just go, oh, I'm thrilled with that. And you could be, but if you saw it up close, let me see if I can get you up close. You can still see like right there where we missed a spot. You don't want that. So make sure you're, and again, I get ahead of myself. Do a little at a time. You'll have so much better luck. Just do a little bit at a time. I went ahead and did like all the way up that bottle, which I shouldn't have done. So let's see if I can get, let's try this. And then look at that. That totally works. So whatever process is easiest for you, this is what I always say. You know, if you've got a better way to do this, by all means, do it. I'm just here to give you a little bit of inspiration, and you might have a whole better plan for this. But now look, and now that bottle is totally ready on the bottom to go. Isn't that fun? So the bigger, so look at the top of it and look at the bottom. The bigger flakes, the bigger glitter, and it's not expensive. It really isn't. The bigger glitter is the way to go. This is Recollection. So that's either, I don't know if Michael sells that, but I know Hobby Lobby does. I was in Hobby Lobby's glitter aisle for about 25 minutes just going through all the glitter. There's so much stuff and everything is so inexpensive. It really works. Kids would have a ball with this, but I think it would be a lot messy. But let me just get a little bit more on this. Get some on the bottom again, right there. Okay, then let's do the top, and then we're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and decorate it, which is what I live for, you guys. I absolutely live for the embellishment parts. Okay, so we've seen when you get to this part, your best bet is to just pick it up with your hands. But now I'll put all of this in a container, all mixed up, fine with it. And this will be ready for another bottle for me. And then you'll just be able to see wherever you missed it. And I'm just dabbing it. And it works perfect every time. So, is that not a gorgeous bottle? I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So let's, okay, let's let that sit just for a second and let's go back to our other bottle. Please tell me you guys are loving this. I can't, it's hard to see on, Instagram, like on Facebook, we get all these, you know, red hearts or whatever, and I can see it really clear. It's hard to see on here. Thank you, there it is. Boy, that was me begging for a compliment, wasn't it? Okay, let's see where we're at. Let me get a little bit more heat on this. Look, I got glitter all over me now. Okay, I'm gonna do another coat of the chalk. Let's see. Let's do another coat of the chalk paint, which I put right over here. I'm so glad you guys are loving this. I hope you'll try it too, because it's just, even if you just have people over for dinner and you whip this out in the middle of the table and say, can I get anybody some wine? They're like, what? Who are you? Okay, second coat, so you can see. Now, normally you guys don't do this. Normally you're gonna wait at least hours before you attempt to put the next coat on. But I'm doing this just so you can see the process. This bottle is just for me anyway, so. But what happens if your first coat isn't dry yet, then you are going to get that crackle look. So you can see there's already just one place where it didn't dry yet. Well, it starts to look like it's crackled. So just be patient, because if you're gonna do this for a gift, again, you wanna do it right. So you're gonna need at least 2 to 3 coats of chalk paint, unless you have something, unless you use a slick stick. If you use a slick stick, you should be able to, hi Tammy, you should be able, don't spill the glitter, I know. If you use a slick stick first, you should be able to do 1 coat of slick stick and then maybe 1 coat of chalk paint, and then you should be ready to paint. You can see this is, I should have had one ready, but I really kept thinking, no, I want to do this with you guys together so nobody messes it up, but you can see this is going to need another coat. 1 more coat, and then we'll do the paint. So, but you can already see, look how pretty it's already getting. So even if you do paint pours, whatever you do, there's something you could do to make this incredible without, if you're not a big, black and white check fan, which it's okay. I usually say we can't be friends, but not everybody loves everything. Okay, let's go back to our little bitty bottle. And I just touched that by accident. Let's add a little bit of this pretty green with this, and let's just see what happens. Let's go back to our Mod Podge. And by the way, I am using dishwasher safe Mod Podge. You don't have to, but I'm doing the dishwasher safe Mod Podge just in case if the bottle, while they're pouring it, or the champagne bottle, you know, explodes and it runs over. I mean, I would be mortified if I gave this as a gift and then the whole thing kind of fell apart on them. So just know that you're going to want to, we're going to do a little bit at a time this time. Use a dishwasher safe Mod Podge. I just think you're better off. You're not ever going to wash this in the dishwasher, obviously, but I just would. Okay, let's do a little bit. Let's just see what we think with a little bit of the teal over it also. Now the teal, that completely took over that second row. Look at that. So that, I mean, it's still pretty, but it really, really took over. So let's go ahead while it's wet. There we go. And let's get some of this other stuff on it too. I'm just trying to see if I can kind of get rid of the La Marca label a little bit better. And just see what you guys think about having different colors all over it. Let's do just a little bit of that this time. I think I just did too much of it. Let me get some more of this on here. Yeah, I think if it was just a hint of it behind with the gold, when you're putting the gold glitter on, the gold fine glitter, just a hint of it, I think I would have loved. But let's see, let's get some white on here. I just want to see what we think about mixing it all together. Okay, I'm loving the white. The white with it, almost, look at that. It almost looks like crystals. Okay, so I like that. I like that. Just giving you guys ideas so you know what you want to do. Because I don't want you out there buying all kinds of glitter and then wasting your money and not using it. I mean, but since when has a crafter ever really, truly wasted our money? Because you'll use it for something. Okay, now right here, let's just go with the white again. Oh, you guys, the white is beautiful. The white by itself would make an absolutely stunning bottle. Push that chair back on. Okay, all right, I know you guys know me too well. And again, it's down, you guys. You're able to put the second layer of Mod Podge right on it. Not kidding. It's just amazing. And like I said, we'll reuse all of this glitter that I've got going on here. We've got a couple of spots right here where, okay, so the teal, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of the teal. I loved it as my first coat with a teal glitter over top. You can see that worked out gorgeous, but I don't love the teal, mixing it in with the pinks, like these pink tones at all. But like I said, I just wanted to try it. And you can see the way we're doing this, because we put such a heavy coat of the gold underneath, the way we're doing this, the labels are covered. You can't see anything. I mean, you really can't. Let's get a little bit more right there. Sorry, I know this is taking a while, but come on, you guys, this is important stuff. And then if you just wanted a little bit more of the pinks up top, you could do an ombre. Oh my gosh, somebody needs to do an ombre. You know, where you start with one and then build it all the way down. But can I just tell you how much I love that bottle? I think it is so pretty. Just keep in mind, I really think the key is starting with your fine glitter first, getting your whole bottle done with your fine glitter, and then working your way up to your other glitters. The leaves, I call them leaves, but they're not really leaves, but so fun. And they're just so fun to do. Okay, completely done and sparkling and spectacular. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let me let that sit for a second. I think that this bottle came out stunning. Can you guys believe the glitter on these? Well, it also doesn't hurt that I have all this, you know, fancy schmancy lighting in here, but still, Gina. Lynette, thank you. I'm so glad you liked it. Okay, so let's, this thing's almost dry, which I can't believe. So let's just, this will just get all the flakes off that didn't get glued down. Perfect. I'm going to spray it with hairspray. It does not affect, look, does not affect the glitter at all. You could also use, I've got this. This is Aleene's acrylic sealer gloss finish. I'm going to do a little bit on the bottom because I want you guys to know if it will dull your glitter. So let's just see. Gina, you always are. I don't panic that I'm doing this in the house, but I just need to see. Hold on. Okay, the sealer dulls it. I don't know if you can tell, and maybe it'll come back when it's dry, but it leaves a funky film on it. Don't use the sealer. I didn't know. I used hairspray last time, so I thought I'll just see what. No, it's the hairspray. Just do hairspray. Look at this. I mean, it's down. It's so fun. Okay, let's now, oh my gosh, I got this all over me. So be prepared, you're gonna have it all over you. What does the hairspray do? The hairspray is just such a fine mist of glue or bonder. Think about your hair. So it's just a super fine mist. Oh, do not spray this in the house. Oh man. So, okay, so now let's decorate. Again, this is our bottle with that gorgeous rose on the bottom, so you don't want to touch the bottom. But here's what I would do as a gift is I would make a batch of cookies with that bottom, and then I would send the bottle of wine with it. If you've got a friend who just is down or whatever, what a fabulous gift that is. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is let's get Stickles. If you're not familiar with Stickles, this is what they look like. It's a super fine, super fabulous glitter glue, but don't buy the crappy glitter glue that you can get at the craft stores. It's terrible. It really is. Use the Stickles. I buy it on Amazon. You can also buy it directly from Ranger, which is the company it comes that also makes it. We could have done pink on this. I think I have pink glitter Stickles. If we do, I'll go back over it with pink. So if you can see, now what that did, it just filled in and separates that. So it doesn't look like we just have, oh yeah, there's their label. It just completely separates that label from everything, gives it a nice look. And since we're doing pink, I grabbed a couple of things. This is Totally Dazzled. So if you wait till afterwards, and I'll give you a link for this company. But look at that. Gorgeous. Totally Dazzled. I mean, you could have it down here by the label. You could have it up here. You can take a napkin ring. These are also Totally Dazzled. And we just cut these up. So I just use like wire cutters or wire nippers. And just depending on whether you want gold on yours or something different. There we go. And then, oh, that little piece popped off. So then you could have this for the gold. I actually like the silver. I thought the silver showed up a lot better. But what I have for this is this. This is Soology. Soology at the Beau's Your Favorite, the Totally Dazzled, mine too, Kim. I need to buy a whole bunch of those. Soology is the sewing department at Hobby Lobby where they have all the stuff. And this is just what they call like a belt or a, I don't know, you guys, what is it? Like a ribbon or, I don't know. Anyway, you put stuff through it. So let's just see. The other thing I grabbed was, this is also Totally Dazzled napkin ring. I believe it's Totally Dazzled, but look at this. Yeah, if you're doing pearls, look how pretty. is that, and it's just something so nice. There's so much you can do with these, but I want to use this, and I want you to see what this can look like. This is probably a little bit big for that. Let me see. I grabbed a velvet. Yes, let's try the velvet on this. So you're just going to come through here and then back through here. You know, it's like a belt buckle. Isn't that gorgeous? So look, you could have this anywhere on your bottle. I think I liked it right up here. Let's see. Let me get it back down a little bit more. Obviously, you guys are going to wait till everything's dry. I don't have this that capability or that right now, but wait till everything's dry, and then, I mean, look how pretty. There it is. So many options with these. I just love them. Okay, so that's what I would do with that. Something bigger. You can see it wasn't dry yet, but no big deal. All I have to do is hit it with a little bit more Mod Podge and throw some glitter at it, and it'll be fine. This little one, these are so fun to have something really pretty. I would do like a nice wide double ribbon on this. Let's see. Where's the front of this one? Because at this point, I would probably cover that up, but you know what I mean? Just do something like this, and then let's pretend that's a, look, so beautiful. This is the killer one. This is such a good one at Totally Dazzled. Look at that with the pink, and then look at how I did just the Robert Stanley trim around the top. Do any kind of trim, just any kind of trim around the top. I've used the better stuff. And then Happy Mother's Day, a Mother's Day tag, a birthday tag, any kind of tag. And these are such a gorgeous gift for anybody. I promise you, they will be blown away. And the other thing I was thinking, if I was going to do this bottle and paint this bottle in the black and white check, I loved this. I love these things. They're not very much. These little belt, whatever they're called, the buckle things, they're not that much at all. But I thought, oh my gosh, what if you did? Let me take that off. But even if you just had, look at that with the, so you still got those little deals hanging down, but with that gorgeous, so that would be enough. If you didn't want to do anything else to this bottle, that would be enough, and maybe a little bit of, maybe you do a little bit of bling up around here or something. Let's see. But, I mean, that's a gorgeous bottle in itself, too, for a gift. Love all that stuff. So, okay, let's get back to this, and then I promise I'll let you guys get on with your lives. But seriously, just these alone, you can get this stuff on Amazon. Go on Amazon and look for napkin rings, pearl napkin rings, rhinestone napkin rings. Nothing else. Put just one napkin ring on here with a beautiful tag, and that's a really nice gift. All right, let's do one more coat of the chalk paint and see if we can get it to a point where we like it, finally. It is snazzy, isn't it? Hi, Sufena. I wasn't sure if you were going to be here today or not. Okay, so then look. And I didn't wait for this to dry, but you guys can see that after about 3 coats, you can almost start. Of course, you're going to wait. You're not going to, just wait and make sure everything's cured, because you'll be so glad you did. But this way, at least you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. This is one of those lazy Susan that's always like tipping over, which for me, being the clumsiest person in the world, is probably not a great idea. Hi, Karen. What's the name of Mom's champagne? Mom drinks the La Marca. They come in those little bitty bottles, and you can get them at the grocery store. They come in a 3-pack at the grocery store, or like you can buy them individually at CVS for, I think they're $5.99. But honestly, that little bottle, because it's all about the presentation, you guys. It's not so much about what's in it. If you can give somebody this and the bottle's full, that's an impressive gift. Or just the glitter and keep those bottles full. I, of course, have all mine empty just so that, well, actually, that little baby La Marca is not empty because I was supposed to give that to my mom for Mother's Day like 3 years ago, and I never did. Well, you can see it's going to take one more coat of just my regular paint, but just know that because I'm trying to do this in a hurry, but you will, after a couple coats, you'll get the perfect color. Nikki, yes, make these for make them for everybody. Everybody loves them. Anytime I've ever given these, people are blown away. Does champagne go bad? I don't believe so. If the lid's on, I don't see how it could. Okay, this is still going to take a little while. I don't think... Oh my God, Nikki's your daughter. Nikki, I saw Nikki C and I didn't remember it being... It used to be Nikki B 143, but now your last name is Cook, so... There is my daughter. Okay, so I don't want to keep you guys forever, but I do want to show you now, again, you'll be able to see the glitter just for some ideas, as long as you keep it at room temperature. Oh, and if anybody would know about champagne, it would be my mother and my daughter. So now you can see this come up a little bit better. Look at this. And you just follow right along the label, and that is your stickles. Can you see that? And so that's what's going to separate once you do your checks or whatever. That's what helps separate and get rid of all the funkiness on your bottle. But the stickles alone are amazing. My favorites are, this is Mercury Glass. My favorite is Mercury Glass. I also like Diamond, and I also like Glisten. Hold on, I want you to see some of the other colors. So here's some of the other, look it comes in all these gorgeous colors. You can see though, Mercury Glass, Glisten, and Diamond are my favorites. But look at some of these pinks. They just have gorgeous colors. You got golds, you've got a copper. So go online, Amazon or Ranger. Ranger Stickles online has all of them, and they're fabulous. And I love having them like all together like that. Champagne goes flat after time. Yes, once opened. Actually, I know after like a day or so, once it's open. But unopened, yeah, I would think it could stay forever. Okay, then how are we going to do this if it's a weirdo shape? How in the world am I going to make my checks work on a weird shape like this? So what I would want you to do is start. You really can't go from the bottom up. I guess you could, but I want you to start from the top down on this one. So here's what you would do. You're going to do a line. Granted, this is still a little wet, but you're going to do a line right down the center with your pencil, okay? Then I want you to flip it all the way around to the back. And this is also the center point. So down the back, I want you to do another line all the way down the back. Can you see that? Yeah. All right. Now I want you to go side to side. So now I want you to go in between the two, which is right about, and this is soaking wet, but anyway, it's right about there. So now you've got one right in the middle. So you can see we've got one in the middle, one in the middle, one on the side, and now we're going to flip it all the way around and do another one in the middle of those right down the side. All right, so now you've got 4. If you were doing stripes, you've got 4 stripes. You keep your, for a year, unopened. Yeah, oh yeah, unopened. I thought it meant open. Mary Zwinger, hi friend. We've been talking about your bottle of champagne that you guys got us. So now, like a pizza, we want to cut it again. So now I'm just going to go in the middle of each of these. with a little line. And so now look what I've got. Now I've got a line all the way around. And all I did was cut it with a pizza. Cut it like a pizza. Who doesn't finish a bottle of champagne? Exactly. That's it. And you can decide that's the size of my checks. So that's how big I did my checks. You can do yours smaller. If you were to cut it one more time, you could cut one more time and have really pretty small checks. So that would be the size of your checks, or you could leave it the way it is. So let's just pop that off real quick. Now see, because I'm not letting it dry and cure, that's what's gonna happen. So that's why it's so critical that you let everything dry for hours, layer by layer by layer. Let the first layer dry completely, a few hours. Preferably many, like 4, but then come back, you can do another layer, let that sit. This is not the way to do it that I'm showing you, but I wanted you to see the whole process. So, okay, so now you've got your vertical lines ready to go. And then you want to do your horizontals. So, horizontals can be tricky, or you could just do stripes and call it a day. But horizontals can be what's the word? Tricky. So you want to go right in the center. And the reason I do center of everything is because I want to have the same size checks top and bottom. So in other words, if I were to just start right here, I can, but I might have a little bitty check right up here, height check here. And then I might have a humongous one down here, and I don't want to do that. I want it to look pretty decent all the way around. So I'm going to start right in the center. You can see. And I'm going horizontal, okay? Now I'm going to go a little bit this way with my eyeballs. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to go a little bit this way. Turn it here, a little bit this way. And I'm going to do that all the way around the bottle. And the reason I do this a little bit at a time is because as long as you do it a little bit at a time, you won't try and do one and travel uphill just like you do when you're making a big poster. And you travel uphill without lines and you're like, crap. So do a little bit at a time and look, it will come perfectly together as long as you do a little bit at a time. So don't get crazy. We're not trying to save the world right away. Just do a little bit at a time. And then the next one, I just kind of gauge. And you can, if you're a perfectionist, go ahead and measure. You can do a piece of paper, like a piece of cardboard, anything that'll bend. There are bendable rulers. I don't have one right here. They don't work that great. I'm just telling you right now, they don't. But if you're more comfortable using a ruler, by all means use a ruler. These are 1-inch checks. So then all I would do is go up 1 inch from here. And I ended up right here. So this is where my next line would go. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go a little that way, little this way, little this way, little this way, all the way around. So I'm hoping, let me bring this one down so you can see. I'm really hoping this is making sense to you guys. Is it? So can you see? And now you're going to have amazing checks all the way down. We want to go 1 inch again. And it ends here. So now I know this bottom is going to have the same size, and it already does, because look where the label is. So now we're going to have really nice lined up checks all the way around. Keep in mind that when you're doing black and white check, you have to have an even number, because obviously you're going to do black, and then that's going to be white. The next one's going to be black. So what I always do is put a little mark in each of my squares. So now I know these are going to be black. These squares are going to be black where I have a little mark. So it's so easy to screw up. So as long as you put a little mark in every other box, and then I would have one here. And it gets there. And now you see, when you're coming down a bottle, because of the way the bottle's shaped, it's coming like this. So you're going to have a little bit smaller checks up top. They're going to come down a little bit bigger all the way down. But that's how your bottle goes. You don't have any other choice. That's how it is. And it always looks amazing because it looks like it makes sense. So did that make sense to you guys? I hope it did. And so then if you've never done black and white checks, I'm just going to do them. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial. If you like this look, this is Mackenzie Childs. So we love her look, which is black and white check with some drags going behind it, or with some colors flashing out behind it. And so that's what I teach mostly, or a lot of, on my page on Studio MD AZ on Facebook. I teach a lot of that. So if you love that kind of thing, or if you love things like this, a little bit more designer, high-end projects like this that, you know, you're not going to get them at the Dollar Tree, nothing wrong with that, but that's just, we're a little bit different crafting group than, you know, than some others, just because we really do love to have something that I could sell in a boutique. And I'm going to just trying to find a little bit of water for this, I think. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is grab, I'm going to get some water on it. Grab a brush, and I'm using a shader brush. This is just a long, thin brush, and I'm going to dip my brush. I've got my brush up and down like this. I'm going to go straight down into the Antique Gold. I'm using Deco Art Antique Gold and Deco Art Lamp Black. I'm going to flip it all the way over, and I'm going to just barely touch in that black. That's probably going to be too much. I'm going to wipe it on my plate to see what I've got. That's too thick for me. It's too much black. I'm going to go back into my Antique Gold, wipe it on my plate. Getting so much better. I'm going to add some water to it, and now I like it. So that's kind of what you want. You want a color, and it's going to look great with this, but you don't want too much color. And then I'm going to put my brush on any vertical line, and I'm always going to have my yellow, the Antique Gold side, or the lighter color, whatever colors you're using, the lighter of the color. I'm going to have it touch my line first. I'm just going to pull it down just a teeny bit. Just a teeny bit, not everywhere, every once in a while. And like I said, if I went up one way, the next line I'm going to go down. And I don't want it everywhere. I just want a little bit. This is just a little bit of a background. If you can see on here, I used an antique yellow, or an antique gold, and a navy blue on this one. But I just decided to use Antique Gold and black on this one. All right, and so then you want to grab a brush that is short, fat, flat, and firm. Phyllis saying thank you so much. Short, fat, flat. Short, fat, flat, and firm. And that's what will give you incredible control over your brush and incredible checks. Now, we do sell them. I think we're out right now, but you can always check back with us. We sell them. However, Michaels online sells the Zen. Their Zen level 2, and I use a number 8 mostly. Also, when I get done, I'll put up some links for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. And if you go on our website, if you go on our website, you'll find all my favorite resources, and you can just click on that, and it's got links for everything. So, I know, short, fat, flat, and firm. So, you want to dip into your black. This is the Deco Art Lamp Black. That's all we're using, nothing fancy. However, of all of these small acrylic bottles, that's my favorite. This is my favorite paint because it's thicker than most. So when you're doing checks, I want a one and done. I don't want to have to go back over it again with the same color. I need a one and done. So that's what this is. You've never seen those? Yeah, it's right on our website. It just says Debbie's favorite things or Debbie's resources or something like that. So now you're ready to go to any box that has a mark in it, because now you know those are the ones that are supposed to be black, and you need to just leave the other ones alone. So you always need to come into your box and offload in the center. No matter who you are, you got too much paint on that brush, including me. It's just the way of life. So you're going to go offload, and then let me see if I can get as close to you guys as possible. And then you're going to go with your brush. You're going to go right into one of your corners. Here's a corner right here. And I'm putting my brush right in that corner, and I'm on the line. So the top of my brush is on the top line, the side of my brush is on that side line, and I'm just going to pull straight down. I just pulled straight down right here on this side. I'm going to come back to this one now and get in that corner, top and side, and I'm just going to push straight across. And I had already gotten rid of most of my paint, so I'm going to need to go back in and grab a little bit more paint. Offload a tiny bit. Oh. You should not have to do that. I just offloaded too much. So now you're coming across the bottom. And then you want to get back over here or in any corner. As long as you're going corner to corner, you're fine. Push across, get in this corner, push straight down. Man, these are big checks too, so it's taking a little bit more paint than normal. But remember, I'm doing this upside down. You should have a pretty decent check every single time. Let me even this out, which is so great that you can do this. Nobody will know. Even if you go, oh, I didn't get it straight, make your check a little bit bigger and get it straight. All right? And then when you go to your next one, you're going to go ahead and offload in the center, get in the corner, push straight down. Get on the bottom, push across. Get in this corner again, push across. And now I'm in this corner and I'm just going to push or pull straight down. And you want your checks to touch in those corners. So that's it. I mean, I know I say that's it, but you can see how the checks are getting bigger. Because I was doing this so fast, these aren't perfect. But you know what? They don't have to be. That's the great thing about this. They do not have to be. So that's how you do these bottles. And then you end up with this. And then you embellish it however you want. And if you want more instruction on checking, Studio MD AZ on Facebook is where I go live at least once a week, mostly two or three times a week sometimes, but at least once a week. And we do a lot of checks. I also have a private membership group called Check Savvy Sisterhood, where we perfect all of these things. We do a lot of all of this kind of stuff. But I just want you to see, look, if we were to even jazz this bottle up even a little bit more, there's so many things you can do with these. Little bit of ribbon. Look at that. Just like that ribbon off to the side with your gift card or your note or your thank you or whatever. Done and done. The bottle is forgiving. It is very forgiving. And I mean, seriously, just picture this bottle done because it's all black and white already. But what I love so much about the Veuve, still don't really know how to say it, is that orange label. It just makes such a pretty bottle. And I leave this, I have a little wine butler and I leave it in there all the time. I've had it in there for years and there is not one mark on this where it chipped off or anything. It's been there for years and it's perfect. So here's a quick recap of what we've done today. This is where I touched it, but and that's where I had the all right, you guys. Well, anyway, that's where I had the ribbon before it was dry. But look, these bottles are so pretty. But I'm going to tell you right now, the do not use a gloss sealer. The gloss sealer, I wish I could show you, but it's hard for you to see. But it dulled it. It left a film on it. The hairspray never has. And look, nothing is coming off, you guys. It's really amazing if you use the process that we did. Mod Podge, heavy Mod Podge, little bit at a time. The Sisterhood is a paid group. It's just $25 a month. And you get 2 classes a month. I go live twice a week in there. And we do major, major projects in that group. We do like just cool stuff. Here's your other one. Picture this, adding a little bow to this little thing and a little bit more bling and a tag. Just really pretty. So if you have any questions, you can contact me. I don't always look at all my comments here on Instagram because, to be honest with you, I don't know how. I'm really trying to learn Instagram. But you can always contact me on Facebook. You can private message me. My name on Facebook is Debbie Schubring, Schubring, Rig. And you can contact me there or on any of my Facebook pages. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun today. Just something different and something fun for you to do and to enjoy. Glitter or black and white check on any kind of bottles is amazing. So, all right, you guys. Not sure if I'll be back next week, but I'm planning on it. So, Lord willing, I'll be back here next Tuesday morning. And I will have something else fun and different for us to do. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. Nicole, thank you for being here for me, and Sue and Mary and my mom, and all the rest of you that took time out your Tuesday to be with me. I appreciate it so much. And now I'm going to head over to our sisterhood group because if you're in my sisterhood group, head back over there because we're going to be giving this incredible little brush cleaner. It's like a little toilet bowl cleaner, a little brush cleaner. I'm going to give it away over there in about 5 minutes. So I'll see you there. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.